And it kind of reminds me of some new soul winners, you know. They've got good zeal and all, but sometimes they get excited for the wrong reason. Man, they slammed that door in my face, and I told them. And you're like, oh. The better joy is when you get to come put a tally on the board. That's the better joy. Man, the cops got called. And by the way, it does rile you up when the cops get called, right? I mean, we've all been there, except for Brother Archie. He's never had that. But those who preach the true gospel have opposition. Had to turn it in our favor. But, you know, when the police come, you know, you stand your ground, the hair on the back of your neck stands up. You're not going to get me out of this. We're knocking every door. Because, you know, I stand there like an advocate for the unlocked doors. I don't know who's behind those doors, and you don't get to tell me they don't get a chance to hear the gospel. I won't preach it to you if you don't want to hear it. That's okay, Mrs. HOA, Mr. Police Officer. I don't care. If you don't want to hear it, I won't preach it to you, but they will get the opportunity. Now, if I knock on their door and they say no, I'll leave. I'll knock on the next door. But you can't tell me I can't knock any door. So we'll fight for the right for them to hear, but we have to make sure we're fighting the right fight. Amen. We want to come. Remember that one time when just down the road the apartment complex cited, what was it, 4 of you guys, 5 of you guys? Trespassed you for soliciting in an apartment complex. You're not soliciting. And so I remember we came back, some of my boys were involved, pulled them out of the car, wrote them up, cited them for trespassing. So you know what I thought? I thought, hey, you know what? They're going to have to trespass every member of Revival Baptist Church. Amen. And we loaded up all the vans, and we loaded up, and it was a gated community, by the way. We had to wait for someone to pull in so the gate would open up, and we could boom, boom, boom. Well, I remember that next Sunday, we're like, hey, if you don't want to get cited, don't come. But everybody went. Everybody loaded up in the van, and here we are, we pull over to that apartment building. There's the gates closed. At both entrances were police cars sitting there waiting. Right. Yep. How many of you remember that? I'm not making it up, right? You remember that? We went out there. We waited for the gate to open up. We all pulled in, women, children, adults. I mean, there were everybody. We were knocking doors. There were police cars, officers that lived in the apartment building. We knocking on their doors. The manager finally comes and is like, what do we got to do to get you to leave? Well, we're not leaving until every door gets knocked. You say, why? I don't remember the total. I don't know. Do you remember the total, Brother Scott? There were multiple salvations that day. Amen. While we went out there behind enemy lines to literally rescue a soul. Amen. We're not out there just like, oh yeah, we're going to knock it just to knock it. We don't care who's in there. We're just going to knock it. No, we care who's in there. Yep. And I knew there had to be someone in that apartment complex that needed to hear the gospel, or else why would Satan try to keep us out? Make sure we're fighting the right fight.